Have you ever wondered what truly makes a man strong? Not just physically, but deep within his soul. What secrets does he hold? And why are some things better left unsaid, especially when it comes to the woman he loves? Today, we're going to dive into the profound and sometimes controversial wisdom of Carl Jung, the legendary psychiatrist who dared to explore the deepest recesses of the human mind. He believed that to become a whole, integrated individual, a man must confront his own shadow, and in doing so, learn to protect certain parts of himself from the world, and yes, even from his partner. This isn't about deception or manipulation. It's about preserving a sacred inner world, a space of personal power and growth that is essential for both a man's well-being and the health of his relationship. So grab a seat and prepare to challenge everything you thought you knew about honesty, vulnerability, and the intricate dance between men and women. We're about to uncover the 5 things a man must learn to hide, not to be dishonest, but to become a better man. The first thing a man must learn to hide is his deepest, most profound insecurities. Now, I know what you're thinking. Shouldn't he be vulnerable? Shouldn't he share everything? Jung would argue that there's a difference between healthy vulnerability and exposing the raw, unrefined wounds of your psyche. Think of it like this. A man's insecurities are his inner demons, the whispers of doubt that tell him he's not good enough, not strong enough, or not worthy of love. If he constantly projects these insecurities onto his partner, he's effectively making her the keeper of his emotional baggage. He's asking her to be his therapist, his cheerleader, and the sole source of his self-worth. This places an immense and unfair burden on the relationship. Instead, a man must learn to face these demons alone, in the quiet sanctuary of his own mind. He must wrestle with them, understand their origins, and transform them into sources of strength. When he finally shares these struggles, they are no longer raw wounds, but scars of battles he has won. This is a man who is grounded, confident, and a rock for his partner, not a burden. The second thing a man must conceal is the extent of his inner solitude. In our modern world, we are told that intimacy means complete and total union, a blending of 2 souls into one. But Jung understood that to be truly connected to another, you must first be deeply connected to yourself. The lonely man is not a man who is alone in a crowd, but a man who can be alone with himself without feeling lonely. This is his inner sanctuary, the place where he processes his thoughts, dreams, and fears. It's where he recharges his spirit and consults his own internal compass. When a man constantly seeks validation and companionship from his partner, he loses his own sense of self. He becomes codependent, a shadow of the man he could be. A woman doesn't want to be everything for her man. She wants to be with a man who is something on his own. By protecting his inner solitude, he brings a richer, more complete version of himself to the relationship. A man who is whole on his own and chooses to be with her, not because he needs her to complete him, but because he desires her companionship. So the third thing a man must hide is his unfinished ambitions and nascent creative endeavors. Imagine a man with a wild, half-baked idea for a new business, a novel he's just started writing, or a passion he's just beginning to explore. If he reveals this nascent ambition to his partner too soon, he risks subjecting it to the harsh light of reality before it has had a chance to grow. A premature question like, "How will that ever make money?" or "Do you really have time for that?" can be enough to kill a fragile dream. Jung would tell us that some creative fires must be stoked in private. They need to be nurtured in the darkness of the unconscious until they are strong enough to withstand the scrutiny of the external world. A man must learn to cultivate his dreams in secret, to build a fortress of self-belief around them until they are robust enough to be shared. When he finally reveals his project, it's not a fragile idea, but a well-formed plan, a testament to his dedication and hard work. This inspires admiration and respect, not just from his partner, but from himself. The fourth thing a man should hide is his own personal acts of sacrifice and hardship. In our society, we are often encouraged to broadcast our good deeds and seek recognition for our struggles. Look what I did for you, or I went through so much for this. This kind of performative altruism is a trap. The true power of sacrifice lies in its anonymity. When a man silently takes on a burden for his family, works a second job to provide for them, or quietly endures a difficult situation without seeking praise, he is strengthening his own character. This is not about being a martyr. It's about understanding that a man's true worth is not measured by the applause he receives, but by the quiet integrity he demonstrates when no one is watching. By hiding his sacrifices, he prevents his partner from feeling indebted to him, and he avoids the resentment that can build up when good deeds are used as a form of emotional leverage. It allows the act to be pure, an expression of his love and commitment, rather than a transaction. Finally, the fifth thing a man must learn to hide is the unvarnished, raw details of his sexual past. This is a particularly sensitive topic, and it's where Jung's wisdom really shines. The collective unconscious, according to Jung, holds powerful archetypes and symbols. The man and woman in a relationship are not just two individuals. They are also embodiments of the eternal masculine and feminine. When a man shares the intimate details of his past sexual encounters, he is introducing ghosts into his present relationship. These details can trigger jealousy, insecurity, and create a sense of comparison that is deeply damaging to the couple's bond. The past is the past for a reason. It is a closed book. The magic of a new relationship is in its unique story, a blank page waiting to be filled. By protecting his partner from the unneeded and often painful details of his history, a man is not being dishonest. He is creating a sacred space for the two of them, a garden where their love can grow without the weeds of past relationships. He is honoring the present moment and the unique connection they share, which is far more valuable than a full and unfiltered biography. So there you have it, the 5 things a man must learn to hide. To be clear, this is not about building walls or creating a life of secrets. It is about a deeper, more profound form of honesty. It's the honesty of understanding that to be truly strong for your partner, you must first be strong for yourself. It's about protecting your inner world, your ambitions, your sacrifices, and your shared intimacy from the forces that would diminish them. By doing so, a man becomes a man of substance, a man who is both a mystery and a rock, a man whose love is not based on need, but on an inner abundance that he is willing to share. This is the path to a deeper, more powerful, and ultimately, more fulfilling relationship. If you found this video insightful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and personal growth. And I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 5 points resonated with you the most? And what other aspects of Jungian thought would you like us to explore? Thank you for watching.